Hi, this is Cash from Cloud Soldier. Welcome back to our new chapter. So, in this exercise or lab, what we will do, we'll talk about um, Databricks. Uh, this is an open source, as you can see here. It was before it was like an operating system or a computing system called Apache Spark. So they created this platform in the form of Databricks. As you can see, Apache Spark is an open source distributed company system used for big data processing and analytics. It can handle large scale data because it processes data in memory rather than writing. Uh, so basically, it has got a complete platform. You can have transactional support, and basically it creates this database like a data lake house, and this data lake house is responsible, just like I said, transactional support, make sure ingesting the right data. It's a data governance, so it makes sure it's the right data, and also schema management, that you want the power of structure for your data. You can have different structure like unstructured, structured, and no structure. Data can be in different formats such as like .csv, tables, and all that. And it's got our transaction are encapsulated in a single unit. Consistency, isolation, durability. A simple short example is that Databricks built on Spark is all-in-one platform for efficiently managing, analyzing, processing, visualizing big data with while ensuring security and compliance. To We'll do a small lab on this. Like I said, in AZ-100, we're not going in too much detail. We just have an overview of what this means and what does it do. So let's go and quickly create our storage account in Data Lake. So if you go to our all services and search for storage account, create storage account, call it just call it, so we call it cache rg1. Let me see, have we got any services in there before from our last exercise? Azure scripts, cache rg, what's in there? Oh, that's my VM actually. Okay, not to worry, we'll create a new one. So all services, storage account, create. So we need a data lake storage account. So create new, we just call it DLRG, data lake storage. Click OK, call the storage name. We call it Databricks SA. Just make it unique, and we leave it like this. Just keep it local. Next, and this is where we need to enable for our data lake. So this will enable data lake. Next, enable public IP access, fine. Just leave it as default. Everything. And click create. We will come back when it's created. All right, so our data lake has been created. Before I attempt on this lab, let me go to my data lake storage account. So if I go to search, actually duplicate this, and search for storage account, and go to our yes, so this is storage account. So we haven't created our database yet. So this is my storage account. We need to upload and create a container with the data we're gonna process in our Databricks. So create container, call it data, and click create. Go to container and we upload this CSV file. Browse for file. If yeah, this is the one. Open that. Upload. Right. Okay. Now what we're gonna do? I will create a resource called Databricks. Right now we have uploaded our the CSV file. Now what do? We create our Azure Databricks. If I click that and create Azure Databricks service, and choose the existing, and we call it Databricks workspace. In pricing tier, we can choose which is trial, but bear in mind, when we create this, the virtual machines or the cluster, when it will clear, that will be a charge for it. So what we'll do, as soon as we finish our lab, we will delete this workspace. So next, 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 and review and create. And create, yeah. Let's come back when it's done. Right, so our Databricks workspace is created. So if we go to resource, and you can see that this is our Databricks workspace, is a platform. So the plan is that we gonna create a cluster, and in that cluster we can have a cluster of machine, but in our lab we'll be using only one node. So that cluster of machines will have a set of tools which can process large data, and that one of the tools is like based on Spark engine, which is very popular engine, and that will be installed in our machines when we create a cluster. And what we'll do, uh, we will create a, from the, when I show the feature, we'll create a notebook and import our data, which is in the form of CSV, from our data lake gen 2 storage account. So if we just launch our workspace, right, so you can see that our workspace is in all the features over there. But like I said, for AZ-900, we are not going into too much detail. So what do? We create our new cluster. Sorry, compute. If you go to compute, right. So what we have to do, we need to create a cluster first. So if we go to our compute, and you can see we need to create a cluster. So we click create. Like I said before, we will be creating a cluster, and that cluster will have a Spark engine, and we will import that data after creating a notebook. But before we that, we need to create a cluster. So we in our for this lab we'll be just using a single node, because and minimum you should have at least 4 cores and 16 GB of memory. Can we can we do less than that? No, that's the minimum. Yep. Oh my god, can you see that 128 256? That's really powerful machines. but it's going to cost. Obviously we'll delete it straight after that, and we can click create compute, and it's running. We'll come back when it's done. Now let's see, is it still not working? Is it exceeding proof standard? Yes, family. Okay, let's I think it's because of the CPU issue. All right, so our Databricks is created. So we go to launch workspace, and it is signing into our Databricks, our Azure account. Go to compute and create compute. Choose single node because we are creating a cluster, but a single node is more than enough for our demo. Okay, it's going to use Scala. This is operating system for a Spark engine. And the node type we choose 14 16 GB, 4 cores. That's the button. Okay, click create, and should take few minutes to create. When it's done, we will come back. Right, now our cluster is up and running. You can see that green is running. So now we need to create a notebook, so that notebook will get this CSV file and process the data. So let's create a notebook, and I've got a code here. So what I'm gonna do, this is a code. So before we copy and paste this code, so this code will create a DF, which is a data frame, and it will use a Spark engine, and it will process our this CSV file which we have got in data gen link. Only we need to change is our storage account name and the container name. So container name over here is data, and our storage is, so if we go to storage is storage account, so Databricks, so we just copy that, copy, and go to our code and just change that, paste, also we paste it here, paste here. Now this is our access key, so we need to get access key from our storage account. So if you go to our storage account and setting, not setting security, yes, access keys. So we got two access keys, we can take any of them. So if we show and copy that, go back to our code and just copy here, is it, what is it, so if you copy that, let's see, where is it, let's copy the whole thing till let's see how is the copy gonna here, what it look like. Okay, yeah, it is up to there, up to the equal sign. Paste, we don't need this, so copy that and go to our Databricks and copy paste here, Right now, let's try again. So I've got a code here, which is a Scala based, which works with a Scala engine, which is an operating system for this Apache Spark. So what we have done, I've changed my storage account name, and this is my access key, and it is validating a data frame which is using a Spark engine, and it will process our log.csv. So if you copy that and click new notebook and copy and paste here and click run. Just waiting. Oh, don't tell me. Okay, let's create a notebook and paste and run. Okay, now we need to create we created a new notebook. Let's create again, and we just copy here code, click run. Yep, it's running. So basically what is doing that, it is running a data frame like I said before, and using a Spark engine, and it will process our .log file, which is in our data lake storage gen 2, and this is our access key, and you can see it processed that comma separated value, and you can see it all correlated into a table format. I hope this is informative for you guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna delete this resource group to avoid the cost. Actually, I go to this resource group and delete it. Alright guys, I'll see you in our next lecture. Thank you very much. Bye for now.